Hi, this is Joseph Williams, son of John Williams, and you are watching the Nerf Herder Council.
Why, you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
You can't use that word. Only we can use that word.
You're tuned in to the Nerf Herder Council, your source for Star Wars opinion, conversation, and debate. Featuring your hosts, JT.
I don't care. It's close enough. I'm not here to be accurate, god damn it. I'm here to just say it.
AJ.
They literally sneak out by hiding a girl under a giant trench coat like a Three Stooges gag. What the f***, Disney Plus? Come on now.
And this... screw it. Man, it's our 10th anniversary show. Thanks for sticking around for an entire decade of our bullcrap. Enjoy 10 years of the Nerf Herder Council. Here we go. This is the Nerf Herder Council. What's up, guys? Welcome to a very special episode of the Nerf Herder Council. I am your host, JT. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, as well as the Nerf Herder Council Twitch page. And we are also live on the Facebook page and YouTube channel of the Virtual Cantina Network. We are at those beautiful locations every other Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. As always, guys, we are brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/NHC for your 30-day trial and a free audiobook download. If you have not already done so and you are watching on either our YouTube channel or that of the Virtual Cantina Network, or if you're weird, you got both windows open just to see how they sync up, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and smash that notification bell so that you are notified every time we go live. If you'd like to get some awesome Virtual Cantina Network swag, just go to tpublic.com/user/virtual-cantina. And if you would like to get some amazing customizable Nerf Herder Council swag, just go to shop.nerfherdercouncil.com. Without further ado, we bring on my esteemed co-host, who I can officially, as of now, say he's been my co-host for 10 years. Of course, he is my best friend, and he is my younger brother. He is AJ. What's up, man? How's it going?
What's going on, brother? 10 years. Can you believe that?
This is crazy to me, man.
Crazy. Yeah. We're so old.
Dude, I think the thing I'm most proud of about being around for 10 years is that we've gained 27 subscribers. And I think that, that shouldn't go unnoticed, I think.
No.
I mean, I think, that is, that might be our greatest achievement, I think.
Think about that. We've touched the lives of over two dozen people. We have touched their lives. Not necessarily for the better, but we have touched their lives.
Right. Dude, see, you know what? I actually kind of like, the number isn't actually 27, obviously, but I'm very proud of the fact that, like, literally what we're doing now is exactly what we were doing on the very first episode back in 2015.
Yeah.
Like, we have, oh my gosh, man. What's up, Dream Theater Girl? Good to see you. That is Chastity Crawley, of course. Just have fun, y'all. Happy 10th. Appreciate you very much, Chaz. Yeah.
We officially have 225 subscribers. So we're not going to get that. Yeah, we're not going to get that silver plaque from YouTube anytime soon, but fuck it. Who cares? By the way, there might be some bad language on this show, and the views of the Nerf Herder Council do not necessarily reflect those of the Virtual Cantina Network or anyone with common sense for that matter. But you got us instead. You tuned in. It's your fault.
There we go. I can't believe I forgot that. Oh my God. It is so, dude, life is so crazy right now. I'm just forgetting everything. I've got like a huge, like an annual show with my music podcast in 2 nights, and I've got like 8 guest hosts coming on, and I'm finally getting messages like, hey, do we need to do a test or something? Like, oh shit, I forgot to email everybody. So like, It's just things just creep up on you, man. Holy crud! And
how many gorilla farts are you going to do this year?
Well, the gorilla farts are always portioned, and the gorilla fart is it's 1/3 of each of these. It's 1/3 whiskey, 1/3 Jägermeister, and 1/3 vodka. So basically what you do is you take a shot glass and you pour one, third of that, so you got each of them in there. And it usually works out to about two, maybe about 3 of those. And they are holy God, are they bad. And
I would say better you than me, but better no one than anyone. That sounds terrible.
Oh, it's not good. It's not good at all. It's not good at all. Man, we got some new people in the chat. Look at this. We might be up to 29 subscribers.
Oh,
DJ
wow.
Destroy, good to see you, man. Thanks for tuning in. He says, fantastic disclaimer. Thank you. Senti Gonzalez says, hey. Great to see you, man. Thanks for checking out the show. Of course, we have our very good friend, Mr. Cale McLeish. Where did he go in here? I just saw him. There he is. He says, happy anniversary. The 5 times 2 for 10 years. Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, dude. Wow. I mean, 10 years. I mean, this is pretty crazy. It's weird to think that it has been that long. I mean, it really, really is. And again, man, I'm telling you, I'm so proud of the fact that we haven't changed a damn thing. I mean, the very original idea that we had for the show is still what we're doing. And I am so proud of that. Like, we haven't, we're terrible at promotion, as everybody knows, and we don't shill for subscribers and all that. I do the whole thing at the beginning, like, hey, hit the notification bell. We're not out there promoting on social media. It's like, nah, AJ and I are going to hang out. You want to fricking jump in and talk with us? That's cool. We'll be hanging out.
Yeah.
We're the worst.
Yeah. I mean, we're just as stupid and just as nerdy about Star Wars as we were when we started the show, which is fantastic. I feel it's weird because, we've had a hard time in the last couple of years. We've been so spoiled. We started with The Force Awakens, which, yeah, I know it came out 10 years ago, but who cares? I mean, whatever. It's a movie. We came out 10 years ago. That's the headline, people.
Exactly.
But yeah, like, there was so much Star Wars to talk about. It felt like, even though like this was like pre-Disney Plus era at this point, and yet in the last couple of years, the hardest thing for us to do was come up with Star Wars topics. Like we've talked so much. This is officially, I think, our 220th episode, if my numbers are correct. Yeah, we are starting to run low on Star Wars topics. We have talked so much Star Wars, and yet there's so much more to cover still. Like, yeah, I was running through ideas of stuff that we haven't talked about. And funnily enough, did you know that we talk about the sequel trilogy more than any other of the movies in the franchise?
That actually doesn't surprise me, and I'll tell you why. Because we started this in 2015 when the sequels were, just starting up, just hitting theaters, with obviously Force Awakens. If you think about it, it would kind of make sense because, the first 4 years of the show, or 5, you could say, it was, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. So it kind of makes sense. And
yeah, but for as much as we've done the ranking the trilogies episode, and we've done our individual movie rankings as well, no one put the sequels at the top. And yet it's, or people are, especially online, more apt to complain than praise. So maybe that's why we talk about them so much, because it's so much easier to come up with complaints than it is the good stuff. But yeah, I was kind of surprised compiling that.
Well, like I said, I mean, it was topical. And then once it kind of fell off the radar, then we had to, hey, let's go into the, I will say I'm kind of surprised we haven't done more discussion on the prequels. Me being the, absolute biggest, prequel apologist / fan that there is.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally yesterday just got questioned for saying that I liked Attack of the Clones better than The Force Awakens. I was getting skewered for it. And I was like, look, man, that's fine.
That is a hot take. That is a hot take.
There's an original story in one and not in the other. So I can, we've done that. By the way, speaking of not promoting, you know how important our show actually is. They are not showing The Force Awakens in theaters for its 10th anniversary, like this weekend.
Isn't that bizarre?
Did you know that we are streaming at special Cinemark locations? Our 10th anniversary show is actually in theaters right now as we speak.
I did hear that.
I hooked it up, but again, we're so bad at promotion. I forgot to tell people, so we haven't sold any tickets, but it is playing.
Mm-hmm.
So at least all those nice theater workers aren't going to have to clean up any popcorn and crap off the floor.
And we are, and we're very trustworthy people, so you don't have to fact check that claim whatsoever. Just
no, 100%
happening.
Well, and they took the link down for tickets because it already started, so they figured okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Kale McLeish, he says, now what's been around longer, NHC or John's hatred of Purgle? Well, we've been around longer, but because of how much I hate the Purgle, it feels like the Purgle hatred. He said,
I'm actually trying to remember if Purgle existed before our show. I'm trying to remember when Rebels came out and when they invented Purgle.
Well, Rebels was definitely after 2015, so our show is older than Purgle.
Okay, so that's the answer right there.
But
the console predates Purgle.
It doesn't feel like it, Santi Gonzalez says lots of new content coming soon, though. Ahsoka, Mando and Grogu, Visions, etc., all that stuff. Yeah, I mean that's what's cool about it. Like we're gonna have some stuff to talk about, which is good. AJ, like AJ mentioned, sometimes it is hard to come up with topics for the Star Wars related topics for us, just because I think one of the reasons is that the other shows on the Virtual Cantina Network does it better than we do. They really they really dig into stuff. Like they're reading the comics and they're like really, really deep in the weeds. And AJ and I, especially myself, are very like emotional. Like, AJ digs deeper than I do. I'm very much a surface. I love it. I hate it. Here's why. I'm not looking for subtext and all that kind of stuff. And so a lot of the really deep topics we could do, we don't do because we would do it poorly. And we're aware of that. So we leave that to the experts on the Virtual Cantina Network. So
and we stick to whatever's on the screen. We don't get into books and comics frequently or at all in most cases. Frankly, there's just so much out there that you pick which medium you want to cover. That's a whole show's worth of stuff right there. We don't have the time to cover all the Star Wars that comes out. Otherwise, we'd be getting into stuff like Young Jedi Adventures on YouTube and the Han Solo comic book series right now that explains all the steps that the Millennium Falcon went through before it came back to Han and Chewie in The Force Awakens. We don't, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, right. So DJ Destroy has a good point here. He says, pastime colors so much of this fandom. Yeah, I mean, you know what? It's funny you mentioned that, DJ, because I'm on a really wonky work schedule right now. I got some personal stuff going on, so I'm like in and out of the work day. So when I'm normally supposed to be off work right now, I'm actually kind of working. Well, anyway, I put movies on my tablet in front of me while I work just to kind of keep me focused on work, and I'm not just sitting there like hating life of working my fingers to the bone. And I was thinking about The Force Awakens tonight, so I started watching that, and I was like, I got about 40 minutes in, and then I had to eat dinner and come down here do the show. And I was like, this is pretty cool. I remember really liking the first part of this movie, and I haven't watched it in a few years at this point, so I'm excited to go through it. I'm off work as of Friday afternoon. I'm off for the final 2 weeks of the year, and I'm looking forward to going through and doing an actual like a marathon of the sequel trilogy, because I haven't done that ever. I've watched them individually a bunch of times, but I've never done it in a sit down trilogy sort of thing. And I'm looking forward to it because I'm wondering if that's the case with, DJ, that it's going to, my opinion on Force Awakens will have softened. Will I not like the Last Jedi as much as I previously did, things like that. So,
Yeah, I want to try that too. Like, I haven't revisited the sequels in a long time too, and Force Awakens especially, because how many times did you see that in the theater?
Force Awakens? Oh God, it was like
I topped out at 4 or 5. You went to like 7, I think. I think you deliberately did 7 for the irony of it. Yeah. 7 for episode 7. Yeah.
DJ says, I think that would be jarring, JT. Yeah. It's weird, DJ. Like I've done the 6 movie marathon twice. I got through it the first time fairly easily. It wasn't until about, the end of Empire when I was finally like, okay, I'm ready to, let's just power through Jedi and say I did it. I did it that second time and it was like, oh my God, this is man, oh man. So Spencer, great to see you, man. He says, you guys are the best. Well, AJ is. Yeah. I'm not on your shit. AJ's not on your shit list like I am. So I promise I won't do that at the next celebration or in Boston this coming December. Spencer, you have my promise, or ever again anywhere where you're involved. So
just keep you and couches away from each other and we'll be okay.
Yes. So Joseph Wren, he says, I marathoned the prequels last weekend. You're welcome. Well, then we'll be able to have a discussion sometime in the next month about the prequels. Never mind. Okay. All right. We don't need to have a conversation about that. It rules. Marathoning the prequels rules. There we go. Conversation over. That's all you need to know. So I know we got something kind of hilarious that we want to get to here in a minute. We were pulling back the curtain is kind of what we wanted to do on this show a little bit. We're very personal, but just figure pull back the curtain a little more. Like it wouldn't be our 10th anniversary show if we weren't supposed to be on early to test something, and neither of us was able to get on early. So we're gonna, fuck it, we're doing it live.
Yeah, that was pretty classic right there. Yeah, we were so disorganized. Yeah, the plan was to get on early and test everything out. And then what ended up happening was nobody set up the live stream. So I couldn't get a hold of him because usually JT's the one who sets up the live stream. And then I went in and set up a second live stream, not realizing he was in the process of doing it, because he was downstairs in his studio, not checking his phone for the call that I was making to him saying, hey, dude, where's the studio? I'm trying to sign in. So
because I had my phone. That's because I had my phone on the charger while I was creating the studio.
Well, like I said, this is just typical for the show. Like this whole thing was kind of half-assed and last minute, just like the rest of the 10 years have been anyway. So it totally works.
So our awesome buddy Aiken, great to see you, brother. He says, congrats on 10 years, gentlemen. That's amazing.
Thank you,
yeah,
man.
I mean, it's pretty wild, man. I mean, do you remember like I said, we'll get to I really want to get to this thing that you had created. I can't wait to hear this, but we actually got a cameo from Mark Hamill, but we paid $5 extra to make it last about 20 minutes. So we'll get to that here in a minute. But I mean, do you remember where we were when we came up with the name and the idea for the podcast?
So our recollections differ on this, I think.
Okay.
I remember that we were walking down the sidewalk in Anaheim at Celebration.
That's what I remember. We were the green, like kind of like the crosshatch security fence was to our left, and the convention center was to our right. Because I remember we were in that post celebration sadness on that Sunday afternoon. It was in Anaheim in 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I remember that we were talking about it. The general idea of
DJ.
Thank you so much. Like, I know we pass it off and we get on to the next topic on the show, but really, guys, like the reason we're here for 10 years is because you guys have been too. So
yeah,
just tuning in for the first time or been here all 10 years, whatever it is, we really appreciate you guys. We could do this as a phone call if we wanted to, but putting it on the internet is specifically because we wanted other people to chime in. So thank you for following along.
Well, and Spencer says, proud of you guys and thanks for being a part of the VCN family. Thank you, Spencer. I mean, the whole reason we're here is because you asked us. We it's not like we went, hey, can we be on your network? You just came to us one day and said, hey, we'd like you guys to be a part of the network. And it was like, wow, okay, much appreciated. And the only conversation we had was me and AJ saying, look, man, as long as, we don't have to change anything because we enjoy our format. We just don't want to, kind of not be who we are. And you're like, yeah, cool, let's go. Just, make sure people know you're going to curse. and what you say doesn't necessarily align with us. But, yeah, I mean, dude, it's fun. It's something you just said is really where I'm going with this and why I asked you if you remember where we were. because you did just say, you know, oh, we could do this on a phone call. And really, that was kind of the genesis of this thing. You know, like I said, we were in Anaheim at Celebration. And, you know, we were, you know, podcasting was getting pretty big. And we were like, well, we always end up on the phone drunk at like 2 a.m, just bullshitting Star Wars for like 3 hours. Like, why don't we just put a microphone in front of our face? And then we had our buddy Steve, and he was like, I'll do it too. And it was really the idea was just to do exactly what we did anyway. Just put it out as, you know, quote unquote content. And then it was just all about finding the name. And I'm glad I don't remember any of the other ones we chose, and I don't remember which one of us. I think we collaboratively came up with Nerf Herder Council. I think you had half of a good name.
It was a bit of a process. No.
Right. I just remember when we landed on it, it was, oh my God, that's perfect. It's like the Jedi Council, but Nerf Herders, and Nerf Herders are supposed to be bad because Leia used it as an insult. So that's perfect for us.
Yep. We're like, we're too stupid. We need like a name that reflects how stupid we are.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, okay, well, there you go. That's what it is right there.
It worked. You came up with the awesome logo, and off we went, man. It's like, holy shit, man. Like, but yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I'm very, very proud of the fact that we stuck to our guns. We you know, it's nothing we do is a bit, you know, and we don't do characters or anything like that. We don't kind of force anything. And you know, the only thing we try and force is we try to keep. See, I didn't even catch that. Samsonite.
Because it wasn't funny.
Well, it wouldn't be us if that wasn't us.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's like we just do it. And I think, you know, Brian Norton, great to see you, man. He says, happy 10th, fellas. Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much, dude. Hopefully I see you soon, man. Maybe New Year's Eve. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, we're just us. And the only thing we've really tried to force, again, no pun intended, is to not be negative. Even on things we don't like, I mean, I'll rant and stuff and yell and whatnot, but you know, we've never look at Billy Morris. He says DLR. No, Sammy Hagar. No. I'm going to fart in your control room on Friday, Billy, when you're in there alone.
Look, at least he didn't say Gary Sharon.
He probably likes him better than Sammy Hagar. Yeah, but I mean, like we never, you know, as much as I'll like rant about things and you'll rant, like we've never been like the comment section on a lot of Facebook pages where there's just this unbelievable freaking negativity. You know, we're like, look, we don't like it, but here's why. We try to be constructive about it. And we're very open and honest about the fact that even if we don't like it, you know, we love it because it's still Star Wars. And we've said it so many times on the show that even if we don't like it, it's cool because, you know, other people do. And it can also lead to something we might like.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you know, I think that's cool. And I think there's a certain integrity to it. And I'm proud of that. You know, it's just like, I like that if people meet us and people who have met us, you know, at events or something, or, you know, just going to the movies and whatnot, and they know us through the show. I've been told many times, you know, man, you guys are exactly like you are on, on the Nerf Herder. I'm like, well, yeah, it's who we are. We're not characters. You know, I'm a fat, drunken moron. AJ's a CrossFit coach with a deep sense of humor. Like, there we go. So.
Well, the difference is you stay sober for the show, and I'm the one who just poured a fresh whiskey and Coke. So.
Well, there you go. Well, I have gorilla farts and all sorts of manner of drinking to do on Friday night, so I got to save the liver.
However, the logo can't be seen, but this is a Star Wars Celebration 2015 glass in honor of the occasion. So,
oh, there you go.
Bottoms up.
Look, Kale McLeish, she says, we're never negative. 5 seconds later, I'm going to fart in your control room. Yes. Joseph Wren says, JT has failed at not being negative, and we love it. So, yeah. So, all right. So, see if you can. I know you got some stuff you want to pull up here real quick. So,
yeah, I wanted a couple of quick. I was going through trying to find, you know, trip down memory lane, old photos and such, that we took. Frankly, I don't have any, except for just a couple. So, if you're wondering what our wallpaper is tonight on the live stream, It is this image right here, which is one of the first ones. Yeah, Jeff Caffrey says you guys are kind of lame in person. Yeah, exactly. See?
Winning.
But yeah, so this is the photo that we took year one down in what we called Echo Base, aka Steve's basement. This was our setup. We always had that fourth mic set up for anyone who wanted to roll over and be the extra guy on the show. We got a couple people occasionally. We got our cousin on once.
More than once. We had him a couple times.
Yeah, but getting people there in person was difficult. We did have Steve's wife on one or two times, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Which was funny because she, as you know, she's a talker. She definitely is not shy with her opinions until you put a microphone in front of her, and then she's like, "I don't want it. No, nope."
Yeah, exactly.
Nope.
You could even see in the top, you could see our "Stay on Target" sign because we would get up on such tangents. We had to write on the wall "Stay on Target."
Yeah, yeah. Our first couple of dry runs, we were like, we don't need a script, we don't need a topic. Let's just go. And then we would end up like, wait a minute, we have to title this episode. What the hell are we talking about? And the answer is we didn't know. So we had to go back and try it again. Yeah. Of course, Steve's love of Lego and everything. So that was, so that's how it started out. And kind of still is like that now. I'll tell you what, though, buddy, I do miss getting together in person. The one thing that really sucked about COVID is it totally nuked the in-person show. As cool as the video is, we never got back together in person after 2020. And that was just, it was fun. I mean, okay, not this time of year when we were driving through, any blinding snowstorm that Cleveland decided to throw at us. But outside of that, it was good times. I'm not going to play too much of this thing, but I did actually I forgot that we did a live stream very early on where we actually were in Echo Base doing the recording, but we were also streaming live and had people who were able to like jump on and call in and stuff. So just to get an idea of what the whole thing looked like, this is really peeling back the curtain.
Yeah.
Is any sound coming through comment section? Tell me. I don't even know if the sound is being shared.
I'm not hearing any sound, but
that's probably for the best. I mean, there's really not much to look at, but you see, like, this is the life of a podcaster, people. If you ever wondered what it looked like behind the scenes.
There are people that think it's kind of glamorous, which always cracked me up. I'm like, you really?
Yep.
I mean, shit.
And that's it. That's what the whole show looked like if you were tuned into the live stream on the hell date was this? I don't even know.
God, I remember that. We were so bad at this shit.
I'll share this with you later because I think it's hilarious.
I think when you share the screen, you got to click the thing to make sure the audio comes through.
Yeah, it's hilarious because stop the screen. There we go. It's hilarious because our delivery in general, it's amazing how much you think you sound like you're interesting when there's visuals and everything around you. Boy, go back and listen to those first episodes of ours and that intro. You're tuned into the Nerf Herder Council, your source for Star Wars news, commentary, and debate with your hosts. And you were like, oh my God, I'm so energetic. I can't believe I sound crazy on this recording. And then it's like a librarian talking. Yeah.
It's bad.
We've improved a little bit in some areas over the years. I'll give us credit for that.
Yeah. Look at this.
Oh, Nick Hall throwing some prequel shade. Were you as wooden as the prequels dialogue? Man, that's about a 50-50 neck and neck race there, Nick. I'm not sure. It was pretty close.
Yeah, it's not. If this, what? I can't get this. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to get it to rewind. I've got Spreaker up, trying to see if I can share this audio here. Let's see if I can get this to work. Yeah, it was not great. It was really, really not great.
By the way, I found the toggle and I could share sound right now.
Let's see if mine works. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna pull this up here. Let's do this. See, 10 years in and we still suck at this. Yes, it's Troy Halter. Yes.
Should you have been faster and more intense? Yes.
100%. That's exactly right. All right, let's see here.
Contains irreverent humor,
Can you hear that?
uneducated and exceptionally nerdy opinions, potential cursing, and plenty of love for the prequels. If any of the preceding offends you, please turn off your computer immediately, and may the Force be with you.
Oh, so bad.
Why you stuck up
I love how 10 years ago we thought people were listening on their computer.
nerf herder?
You can't use that word. Only we can use that word.
There has been an awakening.
Yep,
Have
there's
you
our very
felt
first
it?
one. And like the YouTube
Move
shitty
on,
audio.
move on. We're not going to get copyright strikes. Go.
We've all now been to the theater and caught episode 7. For me, I'm at viewing number 6. I have
There we
viewing
go,
number
AJ,
7 scheduled for a week from now, and I
There
may
you go.
see
You
it
got another one
again
scheduled. There's
somewhere
7.
in that time, so I might be up to as high as 8 or 9. What about you?
Not bad.
AJ.
Not bad. I'm up to 5 now. I've seen it 2 more times since our last recording.
It's ridiculous.
The best part about that is that the most recent time since the last recording that I saw it with was actually with our father, who I think might
Holy
have
shit.
last gone to a movie theater somewhere during the Clinton administration.
That's probably true.
So, yeah, we were talking about how this movie pulls in all audiences.
Damn it.
Wow.
I haven't gotten any better. I'm still trash.
You sound fine, man. You sound fine. What are you talking about? Oh my God, that's crazy. That is crazy, dude. We've had some great stuff. Yeah. So for those of you guys who aren't aware, like our show is like every single episode is available on audio on a lot of the major podcast platforms because we were not video
That's
until
a
the
good
last few
point.
yewe So
Yeah, that's a good point. Pre-COVID, we were audio only and pre-recorded.
yeah, dude, we did some good stuff, man. I mean, I hate to mention what I think is the funniest one, but
No,
You
I'm
know.
laughing because like as much as we're trying to take a trip down memory lane, when you're just like, we did some good stuff. Like, we're not trying to brag.
no, it's not. It's just it's like I look back and it's like okay, like I feel like it was entertaining. I mean, the episode about was it Solo where we were talking about how the Millennium Falcon got all fucked up. It was because Han was actually drunk driving.
Yes.
And like Lando had it all nice and pristine, but it got all dingy and shitty inside because Chewie was like chain smoking, like was it Cools or something? Like
Yeah.
we just get out on these dumb tangents, man. And
I
like,
don't even know how we decided that Chewie would smoke menthols, but it just felt right. So
oh God, yeah,
apparently Chewie smokes menthol.
yeah. And dude, it's so wrong, and we're totally gonna get canceled for it. But that episode we did, we got laughing at the end about David Prowse. I still like. Oh my God, it was so ridiculous. I mean, and in hindsight, it was kind of mean because but it's like, it was a very bad picture of him that we saw. And then we just, you just get laughing sometimes. And so we just were off on a tangent and it was just really not like great, but I thought it was funny. So, all right. So you said you can actually get the audio of that video. You can actually do that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I could if you wanted to. I chose not to.
Okay. Well, we had
I
people in the
closed
chat
it, man.
Okay. You closed it. Well, okay. So then do you have that pod? So I got to hear this. Okay. All right. So AJ
All
came over for Thanksgiving, guys. Okay. And he's been messing with AI because he's the tech dude, as we always say, like, I don't know shit about tech. So, he had like just getting, bored. He had a bunch of quizzes about the show created. And so we were sitting there like going through quizzes about our own show to see what we remembered or what it would pull up and stuff like that. Well, apparently you got an entire like fake podcast written about the Nerf Herder Council. It was 13 minutes long or something?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Friend of the show, Joseph Wren, turned me on to Google's Notebook LM. LM standing for language model.
Okay.
It's supposed to be for research. Basically, you can upload any data sources you want, and that's all it knows, and then you can query it. Now, the idea being like when you got 200 plus episodes, the reason I even have that number is because he turned me on to how to like download MP3s of all of our shows and then put it up as data sources for this language model. And you can ask it basic stuff like how many episodes have we done? You can say like how many shows focused on the sequel trilogy, that kind of thing. But it's also got these different features about it where you can create quizzes, you can do mind maps, you can do audio overviews, video overviews. I haven't played with that one yet.
Thanks, cuz. Love you, man. Appreciate that.
So yeah, I threw the audio overview at it, and it came up with a 13-minute podcast. This is creepy. Like literally, other people could do our jobs better than us, and they're not even people; they're robots.
What's that creepy? Everybody can do our jobs better than us.
Well, the whole thing, like The Simpsons did it first. What was it, like season 3 of The Simpsons, where they talked about like those radio DJs getting replaced by tape recorders, and they played the samples. Like, boy, sounds like Congress is at it again. What'll those monkeys think of next? It's so true. Like, so this thing spit out a 13-minute podcast about our podcast. And yeah, it's a little wrong in parts. Turns out that my voice sounds too much like Steve's. There's a lot of stuff that it misattributes between the two of us. So I guess it's good that one of us left the show, because otherwise no one would know who the hell was talking. But other than that, yeah, so I kind of teed it up with a question, and it came up with some playback. So if you want to hear it, I've got it.
Well, we have to. I mean, otherwise, I'm scrolling through Spreaker looking at episodes, which, by the way, on the same screen, it's showing 4 episodes. It's our 100th episode, which was on June 17th of 2019. And just proof that we've always been stupid as shit. 2 episodes down from that, the episode title is, Can the Rise of Skywalker be the next Avengers Endgame? It was us speculating before the Rise of Skywalker came out. So in our defense, it wasn't, okay, we'd seen the movie. We say, okay, it's Avengers Endgame. But I think we can go back and do a podcast about our podcast and go, no. All right. See you on the next episode. On that note, we'll close up shop.
Yeah, right.
There we go. All right. So anyway.
Okay. So never mind all the gibberish on the screen. We really just want the audio and the play button, but we've already toyed around with AI a lot. It's actually crazy how good and quote natural this sounds overall, but here we go.
Okay.
I'm not hearing anything. Are you?
Neither am I.
No. Oh, it's all right. It's all the way at the end. Let's do this again.
Okay. We're so good at this.
Okay, now I hit play and it's not playing. This is fantastic. I mean, you can see that. Okay, now the video is important because you can see that I hit play and it's at 0. It's just not doing it.
Jesus Christ, we are awesome. Dude, nothing has changed.
Wow. Okay, if I hit play from here, will it do it? No? No, it won't do it? No, of course it won't do it.
Are you able to download it?
I actually have downloaded it already. I just don't know how to share downloaded
look at this.
audio.
Look at the little. It says analyzing the host. It shows that it's playing. Are you sure you clicked the audio thing again?
Yeah, I'm not hearing it either, and you notice the playhead's not moving. So,
well, this is riveting.
Yeah.
Actually, this finally is a great episode for our audio viewers because none of the video viewers are hearing anything either.
Right?
So there we go.
That's okay. I have a secret backup. It'll just take a couple of minutes.
Our cousin,
yes.
Take it out and blow on the cartridge. Exactly. Oh my God. Nick
Kale, to answer your question, has AJ developed more tech issues as time goes on? Yes, because the tech has evolved and I have not. That's the problem.
Yes. There we go. Nick Hall. He says 10 years of incompetence. LOL. Cheers. See, it almost. Kale McLeish. Oh, pause. Come on. Yep. Yep. Oh, come on. Trying not to yell because I've got the window open here. This did not happen. It almost wouldn't be our show if it worked 100% right now, would it? You know?
Right? Like I said, I've got it downloaded, but of all the sharing options on StreamYard, there is not one to share audio. You can share video, you can share image, you cannot share audio.
Can't you open the audio in an internet browser and do it that way?
Maybe. I don't know. I have not tried to do that.
The mighty Chris Aiken told me that that's something we could try if something got messed up, because go figure.
You thought something was going to mess up? Come on, JT. You have more faith than that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Way,
so if I open this with, that's what I'll do. That's what you're so smart. Okay. So I can share a window. So I'm just going to open this with Media Player.
Okay.
And then I'm going to share my window of the Media Player. There we go.
God, we suck at this.
This shouldn't be necessary. Okay. This is us working around a technical problem. Share system audio. I learned my lesson on that one.
The technical problem is JT and AJ.
Sources, the reports.
Oh, there we go. I can hear it.
We try.
All right, start over.
Genuine, actionable knowledge for you.
Mm-hmm.
You need to hear the first 3 seconds, really?
We have a really fascinating.
I was talking.
I've got to say,
all right, here we go.
The deep dive. This is where we take the sources, the reports, all the long forgotten notes, and we try to distill them into some genuine, actionable knowledge for you.
Mm-hmm.
And for today's dive, we have a really fascinating, and I've got to say, a highly unusual brief.
It is. It's very different.
A source material isn't, economics or history. It's the internal metrics, the opinions, the past conversations of of the host of this show.
Yeah.
We are going to comment through this, by the way, because it is 13 minutes. Don't worry. We're not just going to listen to an AI recording about ourselves.
So our mission today is pure meta-analysis. The listener has challenged us to go through the data and answer 2. Let's call them major questions.
Okay. What are
you hear the breath sounds?
First, which host
breath
has
sounds
greater intellectual capacity? I mean, basically, who is the smarter host?
Okay, hit pause. Hit pause. Hit pause. Who's this? Okay.
It is. And 2, why is JT?
See, you gotta be on the pause button, man. If we're gonna comment,
I have to be on the window first. Okay, I'm doing what I can.
You are awful at this. Really, couldn't get on to.
What we need is a third guy as a producer. There's just a thing.
Oh my god. Oh, what do we got here? Is he gonna shut up while we're reviewing our own show? Look at this idiot. It's Joseph Wren.
Yeah.
Somebody said you needed a producer, John, so I'm here.
Yeah, he said he was available in an emergency capacity if we had technical issues. And hey, lo and behold.
Look at this.
Send me the file, AJ. I'll get it taken care of for you.
We got it. It's just
what I'm talking about.
Somebody's got to hit pause when it's like, hey, pause. We got to rewind a few seconds because they had 2 questions apparently.
He's so emotionally attached to and frankly defensive of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
We have to start with the emotional one, don't we?
I think we do. It provides the foundation
I queued that up.
for pretty much everything else.
Because
hit pause.
Star Wars philosophy. It's not some
Okay. So this is the first thing they bring up is that I'm extremely, emotional about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Okay, I prompted it, dude. I prompted it. I said, "Who's the smarter host, and why does JT love Kenobi so much?"
Okay. Kale McLeish, Joan Drake. What?
Now, if you want to live react, I got a new one that I haven't listened to.
Okay, let's get into it. Today's deep dive
We'll do this and
is. This one's actually playing, by the way, so I might be able to actually use that one. But if you want to hear about your love of Purgles, then we can do that one. No, I'm kidding.
We'll do this one, and then we'll do the one you haven't heard. Okay.
Okay.
I want to hear what AI says about how stupid we are.
Academic exercise. The sources make that clear. It's a personal memoir.
Exactly. The attachment goes back to a single moment, 1983.
Right. He talks about seeing Return of the Jedi at 7 years old, sitting there with his family.
And that's the key insight. For JT, Star Wars is, it's completely synonymous with family, with nostalgia, with that very specific moment in time.
And that emotional root, it just explains everything. It explains why he has such a powerful, almost protective stance on certain films.
Especially the prequels.
Oh, especially the prequels.
I'm not protective.
Defense of Revenge of the Sith is Well, it's legendary in the source material.
It is.
Yeah, I didn't
He
prompt
says
this,
very
by the way.
clearly, it's
This
not
is
the best film
AI
in the
just
saga,
reading what you wrote.
but it is his favorite.
Okay, hit pause.
Just pure emotional context. It's
If you are going to talk, pause the fucking audio, or else you're talking over. We can't hear what they're saying. I'm trying to listen about myself, damn you, and you're interrupting.
Well, I'm on a show talking about myself, and I want to hear AI talking about me so I can talk about AI talking about me, damn it.
This is meta, and don't be gaslighting me with your triggering Mary Sue. I'm out of terms. I don't know what any of them mean. So, yeah, if you're gonna
Don't come at me with your woke agenda.
Yeah. So if you're gonna say something, you gotta hit pause because I want to hear your commentary and theirs.
Okay. AI already picked up on the fact that you will not shut up about episode 3. You love it so much that you use every opportunity to say something about it. So yeah. It's pretty obvious. This is what I love about AI though, is like its whole thing is pattern recognition, right? And it keeps harping on how much you just are over the top. You talk about like how we talk about details and stuff. Not you. You love it or hate it, and that's it. We tried. The one thing we're not going to do on the show, guys, I used the quiz feature to try to come up with a who said it quiz. It is so obvious every time just by the wording, because it'll, put it in quotes so you know exactly like what the exact words are. The question's done. You don't even have to worry about it. So yeah, let's listen to a little bit more here.
The first Star Wars movie he saw on opening night with his family since that 1983 viewing.
That's a 22-year gap. Imagine that. That gives the film this immense singular weight for him.
So he uses that emotional commitment to frame his entire understanding of the trilogy.
He does. He argues the film's strength comes from knowing the ending. You know Vader's coming, but you're still just desperate for the characters to avoid it.
It's his Titanic analogy.
Exactly. You know the ship is going to sink, but you can't help it. You're rooting for Jack and Rose.
Hold on.
He still roots for.
I'm not smart enough to compare that to Titanic.
AI
maybe
is,
I
though.
did. Maybe I did.
This is what I'm saying. They're better than we are. They're making points that we don't even make because we haven't even thought of that.
Goddamn AI blowhards.
Right? All right, scrubbing forward.
Okay.
Guardian of internal consistency, the corrector.
That's his strength, absolutely. Technical, logical consistency. He's the host who cares about objective facts over, what people just think is true.
Like the Star Trek.
Oh, that's AJ.
Exactly. A small but telling correction, making sure everyone knows the original series had 3 seasons, not
into
I think that's Steve actually.
Reality.
AJ excels at synthesis and practical application.
Yes,
he can
I
take
do.
A messy fan debate and just distill it into a clear trend.
Like with the anthology films.
Perfect example. He noted that the really toxic fan fighting is centered on the main film 7 and 8, but you almost never see it with Rogue One or Solo.
And what was his conclusion there?
He synthesized that the anthologies just lack that tie to the greater story. They're self-contained, so it lowers the stakes of the argument. That's a really powerful insight into fan psychology.
And he's also the voice of economic reality.
Oh, definitely. When fans complain about Disney prices for Galaxy's Edge, AJ is the one who cuts through the noise and says, look, it's supply and demand, dummy.
He gives that radic.
Oh, God.
I love it when it quotes. By the way, it will say damn and bitch. It won't say shit.
What?
Yeah. It says S.
How can you review our show and not say shit?
Right? I wonder if there's a swear filter on here I could turn off. That'd be interesting. To show you how far this thing gets afield, though, this is its final conclusion about everything.
And their real world planning leads to $47 bourbon bills. What's the next real life high cost item they're going to fight about?
What part of their own history will you, the listener, have us analyze next time?
That is the ultimate question we leave you to mull over. Thank you for tuning into this highly customized deep dive.
We appreciate you letting us turn the lights back on ourselves.
We'll catch you next time.
Yeah, they summarized the entire show as our story about paying $47 for Woodford Reserve at Celebration. They thought that was the perfect example of our show. I'm like, really? I don't know. I don't think bitching about paying $47 for Woodford Reserve is really a good synopsis of everything we've done over the last 10 years. Actually, it kind of is. It kind of is, because if you remember that story, actually, it was that I came back with a bottle of Buffalo Trace from. This is why I don't get the Woodford Reserve thing. It must be a different bottle of whiskey we're talking about. But I think it is actually very telling that when we were at Anaheim in 22, I walked down the street to CVS. I got a bottle of Buffalo Trace for $30, and I sat there in the hotel lobby with that. And you were busy getting as many beers as they would let you buy at bar close in the same lobby. And I just walked down the street and I got a whole bottle of whiskey for the same money. And you're like, that's so ridiculous. I'm like, really? Because we're sitting here drinking my whiskey now that all your beers are gone. So
yeah. And you know what? Those that are watching or listening that have hung out with us, they might say, no, you could really distill your podcast down to bitching about booze prices.
Yeah.
So yeah. Look at this. Yeah, so by the way, Aiken said, to make it curse, tell it in the prompts that extreme profanity is necessary. It works every time. Joseph Wren says, better idea, rewrite the cantina scene with JT and AJ in place of Han and Chewie, dialogue and all. Okay. That was, oh, man. So, all right. So you said you have one that you haven't heard?
Yeah, I just had this generated a little while ago, so I don't even know if this is going to work. But we can find out.
Here we go. This is so stupid. What the hell are we doing, man?
All right. So
will it work this time?
Okay, let's get into it.
I didn't title this, by the way.
Dive
this is titled Duct Tape Purgle and the Nerf Herder Rivalry.
Yeah.
We're looking at the history of the show, source material, the Nerf Herder Council, or the NHC.
Exactly. And we're not just looking at the show itself, but really the relationship between its two hosts, JT and AJ.
Right. That volatile, super geeky, and honestly just chaotic relationship that really defined the whole thing.
Our mission today is to kind of trace that evolution. Well, look at how they went from this like duct taped audio setup to live video.
And pull out some of the most iconic quotes. Some of them are.
Yeah.
Well, they're pretty cringeworthy.
Oh, for sure. And of course, we get into the Star Wars arguments, specifically JT's. I mean, it's an almost irrational hatred for the hyperspace whales.
The Purgle. Yeah.
All right, hit
That's
pause.
really the show's like secret energy source.
It really is.
And
listen,
it's
asshole
your secret
AI
energy
motherfuckers. listen, AI motherfuckers. It's not irrational, okay? They suck, and it doesn't run the whole show. They've been around for a few years, okay? So apparently AI is not that smart. So up your ass, you blowhard dildos.
There's a quote that won't be in this summary so far. Okay.
Yeah.
And before they even got to that point, they had this massive failure right at the start.
That's right. They had a really rough start. Their very first episode, the one that was supposed to cover The Force Awakens. It never even aired. By their own admission, the technical problems were so bad, so completely overwhelming, they just had to scrap the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So their debut episode is just gone.
Yeah.
Imagine that. You're all set to launch, and your first big effort is totally unusable.
Yeah.
This
really
is where I wish we had. I wish we had the hyperspace failure. The Millennium Falcon. Yeah, exactly.
The scrappiness they needed to just keep the show on the air.
Yeah. And that failure, I think, leads us right into what they call the duct tape era.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that?
Their description of the early show isn't just them being funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a perfect snapshot of early internet content creation.
It absolutely is. JT's own description of his setup is, I think, one of the best parts. He paints this picture of, coming downstairs, plugging an Ethernet cable into what he calls a 75-year-old laptop that just won't die.
Yeah.
And then just flipping a switch to go live.
It has that charmingly amateur sort of DIY spirit. They weren't trying to be polished. They just really, really needed to talk about Star Wars.
And that whole lo-fi vibe, that just make it work attitude is perfectly summed up by AJ's view of their dynamic.
Oh, yeah. The analogy.
The analogy. He calls JT the duct tape that constantly needs replaced because it doesn't hold very well.
What?
So brutal. Of course, AJ sees himself.
When the hell did I say that?
Right. I think I'm getting the picture here. AI thinks our show is a giant piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it works on pattern recognition.
Our show sucks. That's the theme of our 10th anniversary show. Our show is garbage.
Yes, the theme is don't watch. Why are you still here?
Exactly. I'm so proud of this, man.
What was it?
The hyperdrive motivator.
Yeah.
So if JT is the flimsy tape holding it all together, AJ thinks he's the engine making sure they actually get somewhere.
It's just the perfect summary of their whole competitive but symbiotic thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what's really fascinating is that they themselves point to one single moment that changed everything for the show.
The pivot.
The pivot, yeah. From doing pre-recorded audio in a studio to live video streaming from their own homes.
It was a massive unlock. JT was so happy about it because since he didn't have to drive home, he could finally drink during the show.
He actually said that.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't subtle. He flat out said he wanted the NHC to be known as the drinking show.
That's
I
amazing.
only
So that
said
one little change
include quotes. I didn't say what quotes.
Come out completely unfiltered.
You have
And
to pause.
brought the audience right into the room with them. They started reading comments, giving shout outs to people in the chat like Kale McLeese or Joseph
Pause the
Brown.
audio.
That live inter.
Oh my God. That is the worst. What are
I did not
we
tell
doing,
it
man?
what quotes to include. I just said include quotes in your summary.
What is Oh my God, I'm at the end of a cough. This is not helping.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The
killing
drinking
me,
show.
Smalls.
I was most excited to do the show for video so I could drink. What is that? Oh my God. Look at this.
Oh,
Our cousin
man.
says, "Hey, I know you guys are drunks." Like, oh my
Yep.
God. Oh, Kale
This is
McLeese
trouble.
says, "I'm the one example of a shout out." This, oh my God. Oh, holy
Do
shit.
I even dare continue?
Yeah, just make
We
sure
still
you
got 7 minutes of this.
This is gold,
Live
man.
interaction became totally central to the show's whole identity, didn't it?
It did, but it also came with a price. That immediate feedback meant they had to create an internal rule, mostly for JT.
Let me guess.
If into the comments section you go, only pain you will find.
Very wise rule. That live feedback might be the hyperdrive motivator, but duct tape can only hold for so long against an internet comment section.
Which brings us to that pain because it became the fuel for so many of their best moments.
The Hall of Fame quotes, yeah. They were never afraid to laugh at themselves, or more often at each other.
Their ability to look at their old stuff and just cringe is a huge part of the appeal. There's that clip where they're watching an old solo review.
And AJ just goes, "God damn, we're stupid." Just pure, unvarnished self-critique. That's why people connect with them.
But the trolling between them is where it gets legendary, especially JT's attempts to claim he was losing weight. Oh, this one is a classic. JT tries to jab at AJ.
Oh my God. What is happening here, man? What is happening? Oh my God.
Like I said, I did not prompt this. This is all AI doing its thing, man.
Oh, all right. So let's see. What have we got so far? Our show is garbage. We just do video because we want to drink. And now apparently it's going to the realms of me having horrible self-esteem. Oh my God. Look, Aiken. Says these two digital assholes saying you're terrible at technology while using advanced technology to bring them to the show is hilarious. This Kale McLeish, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh my God.
Oh man.
All right.
We are officially done for as soon as live AI is a thing.
Oh, dude, no joke.
Oh.
All right.
Saying his wardrobe is updated, but your weight has not.
Right. Well, at the same time, claiming he himself is down 7 pounds.
And the punchline is just perfect. He admits his own wife guessed he had actually gained 30 pounds since the start of the year.
It's brilliant. It's that kind of unflattering honesty that makes it so funny.
Speaking of unflattering, we have to talk about JT's unique metaphor for his dislike of the movie Solo.
Oh God, the fart analogy.
The fart
Wait a
analogy.
minute.
He
I
says,
like
"It's like
Solo."
that fart that just lingers and never goes away. When you rip ass in your car and you roll the windows down and it just will not go away."
It's so specific and a little gross.
And AJ's response is perfect. He just deadpans. I think this is more of a you problem, JT. I'm not really following this metaphor.
And that's the whole show in a nutshell. One guy gets super passionate and weirdly specific.
Okay, I have no idea where it got that from, by the way. I'm trying to figure out what the hell you were talking about that was your analogy.
I know exactly what the analogy is, but I didn't say it about Solo.
I could see you saying that about Rebels or maybe the Acolyte.
No, I like the Acolyte. There's only a few things that like I really dislike that much, like the Purgle, and like I was not the biggest fan of the Bendu. Man.
So it was a Rebels quote then.
It probably was.
I wonder where it got Solo from. Okay. Proof that AI is not perfect. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And the other one just dismisses it as a personal problem.
It happens over and over. Like when AJ trolls JT about his love for the Kenobi series.
Right. JT is a huge defender of that show.
So AJ just goes for the throat. He calls JT the guy who drops barbells on his face. So you know what the hell does he know?
Wait, hold on. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah.
Did he actually drop a barbell on his face?
We don't know. It doesn't matter if it's true. It's just this incredible rhetorical jab to completely discredit his opinion.
It's amazing.
And it got better.
I don't actually remember saying
to
that.
start praising Kenobi. AJ just says, "I'm not even going to be on camera for this. Just go." And he just turned his camera off.
He literally left the broadcast to protest JT's opinion.
He did. It's the ultimate mic drop. But through all the trash talk and the barbell accusations, there's this real kinship.
You see it in their sign off.
Yeah.
The barbell accusations.
Yeah, you my nerf herder. You my nerf herder. The conflict is for the show, but the friendship is real.
Okay, now we have to get to the core of it all. The heart of the Star Wars conflict. JT's bizarre, deeply personal war against the Purgle.
The hyperspace whales. This is without a doubt central to the show's comedy. It's content gold every single time.
Whenever anyone,
you hear that, audience, it's gold every single time.
Suggests the Purgle could be cool.
He just loses it. He has this instant shouted veto. Nothing needs Purgle. Nothing ever needs Purgle. You can just stop that right now, Horsehead.
It's a hill he will die on every single time.
And the absolute absurdity of it all is perfectly captured by that one moment in the source material when he read an AI-written fanfic about Han Solo.
Violently wiping them all out.
Violently eradicating the entire species. The story was insane. Han calls them cosmic parasites, hunts them with gravitational harp.
All right. This is like an inception right here, where we've got an AI podcast summarizing something you said about something AI wrote.
Yes. Aiken nailed it, man.
Really,
Aiken said it.
This is like the human centipede of podcasts now.
Oh my God.
Harpoon.
And destroys the last one in a supernova trap. It is pure targeted satire.
And JT's reaction, just total unadulterated joy. He's just like, this is awesome. This is the best. Oh, this is great.
The content he loved wasn't Star Wars. It was anti-Purgle. It proves that sometimes the most passionate engagement comes from just pure hatred.
But it's a two-way street. AJ makes a point of going after the things JT holds sacred. Like, JT's favorite movie is Revenge of the Sith.
A popular choice, but AJ sees an opening.
He goes after the whole prequel trilogy. He argues that Episode I is just bogged down in politics.
The trade disputes.
Exactly.
Oh, Episode I.
Spent on things that have almost no significance on the subsequent two sequels. He thinks that time should have gone to, building up Anakin and Obi-Wan's relationship more.
That's a fair critique.
And he also says that even if you love Episode 3, it's just too heavy. It's not a fun, rewatchable Star Wars movie for him. It's all tragedy.
Okay, what about Rogue One? JT's second favorite.
AJ admits the ending is amazing, that it kicks serious posterior, but
he cannot connect with any of the characters.
Not at all. He feels nothing for them. So for him, the great...
I told you, it keeps thinking that I am Steve, and vice versa. That's a Steve take. Steve does not like Rogue One.
Well, maybe you should have been a loud, drunken, low self-esteem having pig like me, and it would be able to tell you apart.
We were just forward thinking. See, as soon as we got the sound alike off the show, now AI doesn't have to confuse us anymore because it can tell you and me apart. It's just me and Steve that's the problem. So we solved the problem before it happened.
By the way, did you notice this? Kale caught this. He says, did it just call it episode I?
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so a little bit of background into how this works, by the way. I uploaded MP3s of every episode. Then it has to use that, and I'm assuming transcribe all of that audio to create its database. So I think it confused itself on its own transcription. Proof that it ain't so smart.
We win.
Yeah.
Great action doesn't matter if he's not invested in the people. It's a fundamental disagreement on what makes a movie good.
And finally, back to Kenobi, JT's favorite Disney Plus show.
The one AJ walked out on. He basically summarizes the main fan complaint, right? He says nothing much happens and asks, what's the point of the whole show?
It's that classic debate. Do we need every gap in the timeline filled in? JT loves the character work from Ewan McGregor, seeing Kenobi's journey back from rock bottom.
Right. But for AJ, if the story doesn't have a major impact on the bigger saga, that emotional journey isn't enough to justify the whole series. It's character depth versus narrative importance.
So, after all,
what do you think? Is it right?
Well, I mean, it's talking about how you're an a-hole about Kenobi, so yes. Look at Aiken. It's also clear it knew AJ submitted this, as the premise is JT is a doofus that's lucky to have the most brilliant pop culture evaluator, AJ, to school him. Maybe it is on target.
That's high praise, because, you know, Aiken does a lot more pop culture stuff than I do, but hey, I'll take it. All right, let's see what it's got in the final minute here.
After all that, what does this deep dive into the NAC's history mean for you as someone trying to understand this stuff?
Well, we've traced this whole journey, right? From that failed first episode and the duct tape era.
All the way to the live streaming show fueled by booze, rivalries, and a deep, abiding hatred for cosmic whales.
And I think the big takeaway is seeing how technology literally shapes the content. The move to live streaming forced them to be immediate, unfiltered. It turned them from just podcasters into these reactive personalities.
And it brought the audience right into the middle of it. That chaos, that transparency is what makes it work.
It also gives you a model for how to disagree. You know, the rivalry between them, whether it's about weight loss or prequels, is actually productive. It keeps the conversation moving.
It makes sure no fan opinion, no matter how niche, is safe.
Right. And that leads to our final provocative thought. Their core belief is that more content is always a good thing, even if it's bad, because it sparks new ideas.
But then you have JT's reaction to the Purgle. This one piece of content inspired this completely over-the-top, negative, but really entertaining response.
So we have to ask, is the goal always to create great content? Or is the most valuable thing you can have a piece of content that inspires the fiercest, most entertaining conflict?
Maybe the argument itself is the real hyperdrive motivator, the thing that keeps the whole show going.
And then it just ends because it's AI and it doesn't get everything right. Yeah, That was the end. That it just stopped. Okay.
Well, it didn't want to talk about us anymore.
Yep, it ain't perfect.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
The fun things you can do with AI these days.
It's like, dude, it's like the stuff that it picked out where I was like, okay, it's hilarious, but it's also kind of sad. Like, did it just listen to our celebration recap episodes? And then it's like, oh, they just wanted to booze. Like, no, man, like we've got over 220 episodes. It's not like every single episode we're like, hey, man, we were hammered, or where can we get some alcohol? Like, it's like, what is that?
This show is brought to you by my failing liver. Drink up.
Exactly. Oh, my God. Yeah, Kale's right, man. I gotta do this for my other show. Wonder what the hell they'd say about that.
I could do that.
Lord. Kale McLeish also says, I loved every second of this. Yeah, that was fantastic. Oh my God. So our show is garbage. We're drunks. I'm emotional. Yeah, all right. Aiken says it's exactly like that, John. So, you know, again,
okay, if it was like have some, sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Well, I did have a couple questions for you. Now that we've had fun with AI, I figure, you know, we are actually podcasting. We should probably talk to each other. So I just wanted to, pepper you with a couple quick questions, get some answers.
Okay. Well, let me hold on a second. I gotta go. I'm gonna go grab some whiskey, and then I'm gonna weigh myself, and I want to catch a quick episode of Kenobi real quick, and then I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'll go hate on Solo some more while you're at it.
There we go. All right. So anyway.
All right. So good luck remembering all 220 episodes, but I just wonder, like, what is your favorite moment from the show? I know it's a very broad question, but
good Lord, favorite moment from the show.
Or one of your favorite moments.
That's a really difficult. Yeah, Troy Halter. We'll take the garbage. I love it. That's what we're shooting for, Troy.
That's a classic TFA quote right there. I love it.
We need listeners and viewers with low standards. That's exactly what we're aiming for. Wow. Favorite show moment. I don't. Aiken, who's gonna go watch episode I tonight? Nice. Yeah, dude.
Well, your favorite is Revenge of the Sith, which is episode I.
What is that? An old school Cleveland reference. I love it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So our cousin says David Prowse. So. I was
thinking about making this a clip show, but that's not a clip we're going to play. You're more than welcome to go find it in the archives, guys. It's very early on. I think it was Return of the Jedi, Dark Horse of the OT, I think was the title.
Well, now everyone's going to hear it. No, so, our cousin is not wrong. That one always stands out. Again, goddamn, this episode got me coughing again. I mean, in hindsight, our cousin was right because we were laughing at just a very unflattering picture of an elderly guy. But I mean, some of the stuff that we were like riffing on was really funny. So I do have to say that one. But I think overall, honestly, my favorite, my what?
Yes.
I found it. I honestly, my favorite thing, memory of the show is it's not so much a memory of the show. It's that, dude, like it's like, it's fun. I mean, it sounds really stupid, but it's like, again, like, it's just, whenever I think about our show, I'm like, man, this is just idiocy. And I love that. It's like, it's a good time. It really represents how I feel about Star Wars, how you feel about Star Wars. My favorite memory of the show is that, it's an overarching feeling more so than a memory per se. And it's just really that, it's a good time. And I like to think that comes across to the people that listen and watch the show. And I'm proud of that. Because I think one thing that we learned from the outset, we had an idea of what we wanted to do. And when we started, there were a lot of shows that were very gimmicky. And we kind of just listened to that. We're like, man, we can't do that. Like we would fail miserably at that. Like we couldn't be characters. We couldn't do this. And it's like, so we were just like, I mean, it's kind of parroting what I said earlier, but we were just being ourselves. And it's just, I have a blast with it. Like even the crappy episodes, I'm always waiting for that one time when we get on a topic out of nowhere and just start riffing on something. You know what I mean? And it's like out of nowhere. You're just like, oh my God, like how the hell did we get on this topic? So, yeah, I think, I think that's mine. What about yours?
I had time to think about it because I thought of the question, obviously. Totally random thing. But the thing that springs to mind first is like something that I don't think either of us have really thought of after the fact. Like you were saying, we get on these like weird tangents and somehow something happens. I thought that the the fantasy draft episode was incredible because I had no idea. Usually, guys, we agree on a topic and we know what we're going to say ahead of time, at least in general, because look, we've talked enough Star Wars. We know what we think about the stuff in general. And then sometimes we'll throw show ideas back and forth and the other person is like, I have no idea what the hell we're going to do with that to make it an episode, but sure. And John kept on going on about this fantasy draft idea. And I was like, all right, fine. I mean, we tried like a March Madness format kind of thing for an episode back in the day. So fine, we'll do your fantasy football draft kind of thing. I don't even know what this is going to be like, but you lead the show and I'll follow, whatever. The whole damn show was a setup to a punchline. I don't know if that was your idea from the start, JT, but the fact that you were just ripping off characters that had nothing to do with each other, I was like, where the hell is he going with this? What is this nonsense that he's pulling out? And then at the end, you're like, now we can go hunt the Purgle. I was like, you trolled the whole show for an entire episode just to get to that punchline. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love that you wasted an entire episode just to get to a bad joke. That's fantastic.
I realized that as I was going through my list, I was like, oh my God, I saw the pattern emerging and I went, this is going to be amazing. Like, I didn't plan it at the outset. It literally happened organically throughout the show as I was making my draft picks. Yeah. As I was making my draft picks, I saw a pattern start emerging. I'm like, oh, this is going to be glorious at the end if I can pull this off. Like, it was literally, I was just picking favorite characters type of thing that were available to be drafted. And then it just so happened that I ended up, I don't even want to give it away in case people haven't heard it and they want to go listen to it and see what the hell happened. Because I'm still very proud of the fact that I put 2 and 2 together in that fashion.
That was unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my better that was one of my better ideas there. And again, it was completely organic. So it wasn't even like I planned it. That's just how it was. Real quick here, since we were talking about it. So again, this is very, very wrong, but this is the picture that got us rolling for some reason, and we apologize. But
oh God, you're showing it. You're gonna show it seriously? Oh
this
no!
This is the exact picture that got us rolling, and
oh no,
yeah. So we just thought it was a funny looking picture, and so we started joking around. Well, so. Yeah. Okay. So that's enough of that. That was great for all the audio viewers out there. Yeah. But that wow. Yeah. By the way, Caleb brings up a good point. He says, I'm surprised it wasn't when AJ turned it into a fan hangout for your birthday. Yeah. That was a really cool moment, man. That was, I love learning that there was a maximum to the number of streamers you could have on at once. Dude, it's so funny because as you were doing it and the the behind the scenes, like the green screen on StreamYard kept filling up. I was like, oh, he's gonna have a bitch of a time doing this because I've done the fan hangout on my Dream Theater show. I think this is our 5th one now coming up on Friday. So I'd done 4 of them, and I know that you have to really balance. Like, hey, you talk, and like, don't have too many people. And you're just like adding people and adding people and adding people. I'm like, oh, he's going to have a blast with this. Like, so I felt so bad for you, but it was that was awesome. I really appreciate that, man. That was really cool.
Okay. Hard question for you this time.
Okay.
What do you think is our absolute stinker? Like the worst episode we've done?
Oh God, there's been a couple. There's been several.
Favorite, you're like, I don't know, but worst? Oh God, there's so many.
But dude, it's because there's those episodes where it's like we can tell that this is not going well. I mean, I've literally the earliest it's ever happened for me. We were doing a show. I was not interested in the topic, but I'm like, let's do this. I don't know where this is going to go. It was one of those times we were having a hard time coming up with stuff, and we each had come up with things the other one didn't like. So we're like, all right, fuck it. Like, we'll do one of yours, whatever. And it was 7 minutes in, and I was sitting on the other end here going, I'm already done. I have nothing else to say about this. It was holy shit. And I know you've had those too. I mean, because there's this episodes we just get off camera. We're like, that was awful. That was like a root canal.
The crazy thing is, there are so many examples. Of course, I can't name them right now, but we've had this idea where like one of us is like really jazzed up. We're like, oh, this is going to be a great episode topic. Can't wait to talk about this. And then we get on camera and we're done with it in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we're just like struggling to get through runtime at that point. And then it's those times where we get on with a topic that we're both like, all right, well, we got to put out an episode. Let's just get this over with, I guess. And then we run for like 90 minutes to 2 hours because we just get on a tangent and then turns out to be awesome. It's just amazing how like the best ideas can turn out to be wet farts in execution, and then just the opposite too.
Well, the one that comes to mind, and I don't remember the person's name, but
David Prowse.
No. David Prowse's Snoke. Remember that? Like everything for the first couple of years was so and so was Snoke. That was our whole thing.
Ahsoka is Snoke. Yeah, that was a Reddit theory. We did that show.
Yep, we had that one. No, there was some interview that we did. We had a guest host on, and super nice guy, but holy Jesus, the guy wouldn't stop talking. I mean, remember, and it was like a 2-part episode too. So it was like, I mean, I think you and Steve and I talked for maybe 5-10 minutes. And this guy, holy God. Yeah, there you go. Joe said, ask the AI about the guest host that wouldn't stop talking. Yeah. Dude.
I think that was called like, was it OG fan of the OT or something like that? Like he was giving a first person account of what it was like to go see Star Wars in 77.
It's like I say, super nice guy, but it was one of those instances where he got on the show and just didn't realize, like, you're supposed to converse.
Mm-hmm.
And it was more like a filibuster. And I was like, holy shit, man. Because if I don't remember for sure, but was it one episode that went so long we had to cut it into 2? I think that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the one.
Oh,
yeah, we made it a 2-parter. We tried to find a logical break in the conversation.
That's right.
We stapled on a conclusion and an intro, and there you go.
Oh, here we go. Here, a superfan interview, part 1. Part 1. All right, I will open these in new tabs so I can parts. Okay, so so this is February 25th of. Oh God, this was on my birthday almost. This would have been a birthday show for me. So all right, so it's superfan interview part 1, OG OT fandom. What do you get when you get 3 idiots and a superfan get microphones in front of them? A 2-part conversation spanning the entire history of Star Wars. That's what we talked to. I won't say who it is, who's been a fan from the very beginning. So there we go.
I love how we're trying to like obscure details, but it's all out there for anyone to go download and view. Like anyone who's subscribed to our RSS feed, it's right in there.
You know what, though? The guy's a huge dog fan. He made this awesome dog documentary, and that's why we had him on. And unfortunately, then we couldn't talk with the guy. Yeah, this week continues our discussion with Ken Bell, documentarian and Star Wars superfan about all things Star Wars. This time around, we cover the Disney era of storytelling and take a look at how this modern era compares to the originals. Does Rey pander to social pressure? Do Jyn, Cassian, and the Solo crew stack up to the original foursome of Han, Leia, Luke, and Chewbacca? We discuss this and much more. Yeah, he was a super nice guy, and his documentary was really, really good. That one kind of stands out because it was like, oh my God, like we had to chop it into 2 episodes. And we couldn't, like, we wanted to ask him questions we couldn't ask because it's just like we never had a spot in there to say, hey man, what about this? What about that?
For me, I get why AI got the drinking theme so right, because I believe that one of our worst stinkers, at least, was the 4-part Trivial Pursuit. I think I actually straight up deleted those. Actually, I don't think they're even available anymore. We thought we had a great idea because we play Trivial Pursuit like we are. It is absolutely out for blood. We harp on the smallest details. We even have rules based around correcting the cards. We have caught factual errors in the questions. However, we also have drinking penalties. So we played Trivial Pursuit and we recorded all of it. And it is just a descent into inebriation that never needed microphones. By the end of it, I shit you not, we were, thank God it wasn't on video. It was just cameras. But this is back in John's old apartment where his favorite method of micturation was out his living room window. We did not cut the microphones when someone needed to relieve themselves. So there was at one time audio of us being way too drunk. 4 parts, by the way, because there was a length limit on the audio for the uploads at that time. Yeah, so we had a 4-part episode of us getting progressively hammered, playing Star Wars Trivial Pursuit, not being on the microphone at all, by the way. The audio quality was terrible, and the content was even worse. That was definitely one where it sounded great in our heads, and then we did it. And even us listening back to it, we're like, yeesh. It takes a lot for us to disgust ourselves with our own performance, but we managed it. It was pretty terrible.
Asshole, I'm muted.
I was going to say, did my earbud die or did your microphone?
No, that's my dumbass. I was coughing. Kale says, that sounds like a WTF Friday that would be very fun. Nick Hall says, I'd pay a Patreon for access to that. See, that was definitely like each successive segment, you could hear just the blood alcohol content increasing. I think it was after a holiday too. Wasn't it like after a Thanksgiving or something like that? It was, I don't think it was just
cold.
Random. Yeah, I think it was after a Thanksgiving. And we just started like ripping on each other and just getting to be like a-holes and like AJ said, pissing out the window.
we got into verbal arguments like on mic.
Yeah.
Because when there was a dispute over the factuality of one of the answers, then it got personal. Yeah, it was it was truly unfiltered. Not pretty.
Yeah. No. And Nick's right. He says belligerent herder counsel. Yes. That is 100% accurate. Yes.
It was brutal anyway, because do you remember what the drinking penalty was?
Oh yeah, it was Kamchatka, that horrible rock gut vodka, warm, and you had to do a shot for when you got to a cheese. The initial one, and we changed it to just doing one shot because the initial one, which this episode we're talking about, is probably the precursor. So if you were going for your third cheese and you missed the question, you had to do 3 shots of this stuff.
Yeah,
warm Kamchatka.
Yep.
And so if you're going for your 5th cheese and you missed it, you had to do 5 of them. So basically, it was God help you if you blow a cheese question.
And even worse, we played it. This was the video Trivial Pursuit. So occasionally there would be a video that you'd have to play and be first one to answer. It was the DVD edition. Yeah, not.
I still have that.
That old. But yeah, DVD edition Star Wars Trivial Pursuit. We played it with live. What do you want to call it? Cut-ins. First one to answer.
Yes.
So I could be going for the wedge. I could be going for the wedge Antilles, but if JT answered first, he would get it, or he could block at least.
It was blocked. Yeah. No, we didn't get the cheese, but it would be a block.
But it counted as a wrong answer. So I had to do the penalty shot, even though I hadn't gotten it wrong. I was just slower at it.
Yeah.
And of course, the drunker you get, people tend to not speed up. So it was just a progressive problem.
Yes.
Yeah, I lost badly.
DJ Play Nice says gross. Yeah, we got smart after a few of those. We both went. It wasn't like one of us was like, oh man, we got to cut this out. And it was like, no, man, quit being a wuss. We got to keep. No, it was both of us were, this is a little much. Like,
the real problem is, okay, we've been on 10 years now. Rewind the clock 10 years. That means you're 39 and I'm 36. This isn't like I'm 21 and you're 23 or something like that. Like, we are grown-ass men just starting out, and we still were this stupid.
Yes.
I think we have grown up a little bit. I don't think we're going to do that kind of drunken Trivial Pursuit ever again. I don't think we're doing room temperature Kamchatka with stacking drinking penalties ever again. I think we have wised up just that little bit.
Well, we could
play Trivial Pursuit in a long time.
And we should do it. And we could do a WTF Friday. We could do it with the warm Kamchatka. I mean, if AI says that we're a bunch of alcoholics, I mean, we could, see, yeah, there we go. See, Joseph Friend says quitters. I mean, look, it would be just to see the face that gets made. Oh yeah.
By the way, Kale, you don't drink, so that is not okay. You might pay the Patreon money, but you're not really gonna pay.
Yeah, he says I want to do more of that. I'd pay a Patreon to do that every month or every other month, right?
Joseph Wren, Star Wars Against Humanity. We actually did that for an episode.
No, we didn't, did we?
We did Cards Against Star Wars, yeah.
When?
We had a Star Wars game night. Maybe it wasn't an episode. Maybe we just hung out with everybody. Like it was me and Steve and a couple other people.
Yeah, I don't think it was an episode.
You were
I
definitely invited. I think you weren't in. Yeah, it might have just been a Friday night hangout then or something.
Okay.
But I've got it. I think you've got it too, right?
I do have it.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we've just defined some sort of fan hangout coming up.
That's the one we definitely can't do on the network or really on. That would be definitely like a private link. Like, hey, if you want in on this, email us and it'll be a private link. Like
this is actually a good time to get a quick plug in. Very quick plug. I mean, yes, we do have a Patreon. You can sign up if you want, free or otherwise. Fine, whatever. The most it'll cost you is $3 a month, but also free. Discord. Just go to discord.nerfherdercouncil.com and
we have one of those.
Yeah, we have a Discord server. I know we never advertise these things. That's the thing. In fact, I got to double check and see if that's even the link or not. Anyway, I will find that out by the end of the show. But I've been playing so many hours. I think I'm at like 89 hours now of Hollow Knight Silksong. And I have been streaming that to the voice chat on our Discord server. Currently, there's only one person who ever tunes in. But if anyone else wants to join our Discord server and then know when I stream any of my video game playing, and you can listen to me curse and be terrible at video games, hop in. Let's hang out.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
I could do that. I'm currently cursing up a storm playing the add-on content for the Indiana Jones game. The add-on content's called Order of Giants, and I've been stuck on 2 missions where it says, oh, you got to explore this place, and I've explored every goddamn nook and cranny and can't find a stupid stinking thing. So
by the way, audience, John has not joined our Discord server either. So
I don't know what the hell Discord is. I have a Discord server for the Talking Into Infinity. I don't know what it does.
It's just like old AOL chat, dude. You set up your own, or it's like Slack. You got Slack at work?
No.
You don't have Slack?
No.
Okay, well, it's your own chat. You can set up channels and you can stream stuff with video or audio. You can do voice channels. So yeah, that's how people do this stuff now these days, dude.
Somebody just
there we go. Thank you, Kale. It's a massive group chat with tabs, John. Exactly.
But that's not important right now.
Yeah.
Get some airplane in there. See, I make airplane jokes, bro. That movie came out like 1980 or 81, 82, whatever the hell it was. I don't know Discord and I'm aware of what Slack is, but it looked really confusing the one time I had to use it for a project. And it wasn't even at work, so yeah. But in any case, since we're winding down here, I would do WTF Fridays with this stuff. And apparently people are talking Patreon. So we did have Patreon ideas, so maybe we should get that rolling or something.
Yeah, the other good reason to join the Discord, or just make sure you're following us on socials in general. I don't know how many more days this year you've got to work, JT. I'm trying to wrap up this week. And then I've got some time to kill. I also, speaking of how long we've been on the show, back here I've got half of a Lego Temple of the Golden Idol built from WTF Wednesdays and Fridays. Yeah. It's been 2 years since I've added on to that. So I still got half a set to build. I plan to go live and do that. So just stay tuned to our socials and we'll let you know when that's going to happen. And like I said, also on Discord. So if you go to our Discord and join there and then sign up for notifications so you get told when there's something happening there, then you'll know when I'm online and streaming, and we'll figure out how to get John and his PlayStation on there too.
Oh God. Yeah, I love that game, but oh my God, it's such a roundabout. And I'm like, goddamn son of a bitch, I've been here before. Over and over. I mean, it's like this is like one of the only times I have ever been like, I'm going to beat this out of spite. It's not enjoyable. I'm just so pissed off that I haven't beaten the goddamn thing that I'm like, look, I'm going to beat this. But then I get down here and I want to start playing and I'm like, why? As soon as it starts, I'm like, oh, that's what I was doing. Oh, this is just pissing me off to no end, man. Like, oh God, so bad. So bad.
By the way, it is discord.nerfherdercouncil.com.
There we go. There we go. There's a watch along we could do. Kung Pao. All right. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, but we have some stuff to plug for the Virtual Cantina Network, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, so this is actually really cool stuff too. You want to set this up a little bit?
Yeah, let me open up the image here. It's I'm not good at this.
See, now he's having technical issues. This is great.
No, it's just it's in Paint, and that's not like great for But what are you gonna do?
Do you need help, John?
No, I'm bringing it up here. So basically, this is a really cool thing, as AJ said. So, God, I want to say it's Los Angeles, California. There is a it's a Star Wars nerd bar. Is what it is. It's called Scum and Villainy, and it literally it's like a recreation of the Mos Eisley Cantina, and they're doing another one. I want to say it's in Burbank, California. It's close out there, but so they're opening a separate location, and Virtual Cantina Network family members are invited to invest in it. They're having a friends and family invest first reservation time. There's a whole bunch of really cool perks. The early entry open bar. We're having an event there in 2027 for Star Wars Celebration. So yeah, it's just really, really cool, man. And they got Jay and Silent Bob, actually Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith, to do like a video promoting the whole investor thing. But yeah, just a really cool opportunity to be, to get in on the ground floor if you want to invest in a really awesome Star Wars bar. So very cool to be a part of that. So if anybody is interested, you can find more information on the Virtual Cantina Network socials and all that kind of stuff. You can email us directly. We can get you in touch with whoever you need to get in touch with. So that's very, very cool. And the other thing that we have is basically an early announcement, I guess is the way to say it. Wait, what is this? I got the wrong picture up. Never mind.
I got a picture.
Okay. Well, if you got the other one, then you do it. I'm screwing it up. I'm fucking terrible at this stuff. I really am. What a goddamn schmuck. Good Lord. What the? No, get that off the screen. What the hell is that? What is that?
That's an actual image from Star Trek. I did not make that up. Okay.
Oh
anyway.
My God.
I just trolled our own show.
For our audio viewers, you missed out on that one.
That's why I didn't describe it. Anyway, do you need some help with the actual image?
Yes. It's not downloading for me, so.
Okay.
Well, at least the Virtual Cantina guys are finding humor in that. Kale, I think you know what that was. Yes. So yeah, it is the rendezvous. I thought, there we go. Thank you. Mine wouldn't download correctly for some reason. So, so the Virtual Cantina News Desk, this will be actually tomorrow, December 18th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. Our good friend and basically one of the leaders of the Virtual Cantina Network, Spencer Jowitz, is going to be doing a news desk episode with JC Reifenberg from the Scum and Villainy Cantina. And they're going to be talking about this Scum and Villainy Rendezvous Cantina that people can invest in. So tune in here on the Virtual Cantina Network for that. Again, it's a news desk episode with Spencer Jowitz from the VCN and JC Reifenberg from Scum and Villainy Cantina. And it's at it's tomorrow, December 18th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern or 9:30 a.m. Pacific. So check that out. It's going to be very, very cool. So yeah,
I gotta say,
really,
owning a piece of a Star Wars themed bar is actually a dream that we've talked about on multiple occasions while drunk. But
go figure.
Yeah, it of all the business opportunities, that definitely sounds like something that would be right up our alley and that of our listening audience as well. Probably more our listening audience because maybe they actually have investor money.
And they wouldn't be getting all hammered at their own Star Wars bar going, man, isn't this awesome? This is so great.
Right. That's our job.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, so real quick show note, and then we'll get out of here and do our sign offs and stuff. But so technically speaking, our next show date is December 31st. But obviously everyone's going to be busy that night. Me in particular, I do have a gig. So we will be actually back on the air on Wednesday, January 14th of 2026. So that'll be our next live episode. Yeah,
our next regularly scheduled episode.
Yeah, but as AJ said, keep an eye on our socials and stuff. We'll try and plug this and actually create a studio and whatnot. And we'll probably do like a WTF Friday or something, over these next couple weeks while the holidays are going on, so that we can kind of hang out with you guys and, do some fun stuff. Like AJ said, maybe some Star Wars Trivial Pursuit or, something or other. So, so it should be fun. Before we get out of here, good.
One last plug for the Discord, actually. Give me, we'll call it 15 minutes. We'll call it 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to fire up the Discord and clean up a few things in Silk Song. So if you want to hang out and voice chat with me while I go and run around and capture some lost fleas, yes, that's actually in the game.
Oh, God.
Come hang out. We'll have a little after show, after party kind of thing going on.
And if you want to hear me swear, just call me on my phone as I'm actually working. And So, I guess my final thoughts, man, back to the whole point of this thing. 10 years of the show. It was a blast talking about all this stuff. The AI thing was hilarious. Joseph Wren's not wrong. He said, you won't hear that because he doesn't answer. Well, yeah, because you're an hour behind. So by the time you call, I'm already out of the car cooking dinner. Troy Halter, thank you very much, man. He says, that's a good break. New Year's Eve gigs wreck everything. It's good money. The band gets paid well. So it's, paying some vet bills we incurred recently. So that's, good. And DJ Play Nice, enjoy the time away. Have a great gig and an awesome holiday. Same to you, brother. Appreciate you very much, man. So, and he says, he follows it up with, all y'all be safe, have fun, take care of your crew, and rock. Love you, man. Much appreciated. Dude, 10 years, it's pretty crazy. And it's just, we started this out as an excuse for me and you to hang out and keep in touch. And that's really what it is. And it's remained that. And I mean, one last pull back the curtain moment, but I mean, we talked today and I told you I was really looking forward to this because I need a quick, couple hours of stupidity in my life because, pulling back the curtain, my dog Valley was diagnosed with cancer 2 weeks ago. So we had a thing removed. Thankfully it's localized, but we don't know what the prognosis is, but she popped her stitches twice, the second time yesterday. And it looks like something out of Hellraiser. If I pulled the picture up on the screen right now, we'd get thrown off of YouTube, but, and it's expensive and, she's just like the sweetest thing ever. And, the work has been super busy, and just a lot of things that get pretty heavy all at once, right in a pile right before the holiday. My grandson has RSV and stuff like that. And, AJ and I were talking, and I was like, man, I'm glad we're doing this tonight, because this will be a fun little, just kind of like, a little, like I say, just mini vacation away from serious stuff. And that's what the show's always been, man. And I just appreciate that. I said this earlier, but I really mean this. I'm very proud of us for sticking to our guns, and we've never decided, hey, maybe we should do this to get more subscribers or more views. Maybe we should this, maybe we should that. Like, no, man, we hang out, we do what we do. Like, if there's one word I would use about our show, it would be honest. And I think that goes a long way, because I think there's a lot of content creators out there that are always going for clicks and posting fake articles and all this other bullshit and trying to, say the negative thing to get people to watch. And we're like, fuck that, man. Like, that's stupid. That's not fun. That's number one, it's not us. Number two, it's not fun. We love Star Wars, first and foremost. And we did the show because that we love each other, not to be, cheese ass about it, but it's true. And when we say, hey, we're each other's best friend, I mean, it's true. And I'm really proud of the fact that the exact reasons we talked about doing this, back in August or whatever it was of 2015, walking, next to Disney, are exactly why we're still here. So,
Yep. I would finish up and say, not only is it honest, it's also, I'd say, earnest. Your point about people say negative things just to get clicks and attention. We also know that some people say positive things just because they want to remain in the good graces of the current stewards of Star Wars, and they don't want to hurt any relationships forged that way. And we're kind of proud of the fact that the closest contact we've had to any Star Wars creators has been a yes from the talent and a no from the agency.
Yeah.
Because we had a rapport going enough over email with the talent that they agreed to come on the show, and then their representation actually checked out our show and was like, no, this is not happening. I'm like, good.
The no letters are good. The no letters
were real.
So
yeah. So I'm actually proud of that.
Yep.
If we ever do get interviews with people that are actually like involved in the creation of Star Wars, that'd be great. At least it's not because we pandered to get it. We always had this joke goal of like getting on the podcast stage at Celebration. But we also know that's not going to happen because we don't pander. And if that's what you want to do with your show, that's fine. And I actually follow a lot of those people and their shows, and I love their content. But I know that that's what they do, and that's not what we're about. So we have our lane, and people can get on board if they want, and they can jump off if they don't. And I'm fine with that. It's taken me 10 years to really realize that what it takes to get big are things that we're not willing to do because we won't compromise like that. And I think that's more important, is just having integrity.
Yep. I could not agree with that more, man. So, thank you guys all for tuning in, man. I mean, even tonight, man. Like, we got some new people in the chat and everything. I love that. It's cool, man. Hopefully you guys had a good time. I think tonight is a nice little slice of what we do. We were talking about ourselves just more as a goof, but this is our sense of humor, man. This is what you'll get. So, I do have one last thing that if anybody is interested in, AJ has to fix 3 tracks for me. But on a really personal note, since it is Christmas, I have a Christmas gift for free for anybody who would like a copy. So, God, this is back 12 years ago, I think, at this point. But there's AJ's dog, Space Ace, in the shot there. He's laying down. He's a good boy. So for AJ's birthday, there's a family tradition we had growing up. My dad, his family had grown up when they were kids, and then it passed on to AJ and I, and whatever. We read A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens out of an actual 1947 copy, like an original copy printing of the book or whatever from way back when. And we had my dad do an audiobook of it for AJ's birthday back in 2013. And I've had it on CD for years and years, and I've always been nervous about losing it, because obviously CD is dying technology, and, they're going to age, physically, the discs. And 2 weeks ago, I actually managed to get them downloaded correctly, and I chopped them into little chapters. And I think the whole thing is, God, not even 5 hours. Maybe it's like 3 or 4 or 5. So it's not more than 5. It's a short read. But in any case, I have it all on digital. It's like 26 tracks. The tracks range from 5 to like 7-8 minutes long. So nothing too crazy. And if anybody would like a copy of it, I can just put it in a zip file and shoot it over to you if you'd like to hear it, if you're into audiobooks. And it's not edited in any way. It's my dad's breathing and all that kind of stuff. And it's literally my dad reading A Christmas Carol. And he had a very, very like voice for radio and very deep and distinguished, like this and stuff. So yeah, just if you want to shoot us an email at nerfherdercouncil@gmail.com if you'd like a free audiobook that is something extremely personal and special to AJ and I, you are more than welcome to get a copy. And like I said, AJ's got to fix 3 tracks for me because for some reason they come up out of order. I can't figure out why. But other than that, yeah, free audiobook if you want it. nerfherdercouncil@gmail.com. So with that being said, since we won't see you guys before then, have an amazing, amazing Christmas, all of you guys, or Hanukkah, anything you guys celebrate. Happy holidays to all of you. Much love and blessings to you guys at this awesome time of year. If I could say anything about it, just, I know this is the time of year to pay it forward. Don't lose the Christmas spirit and the pay it forward spirit and how you feel this time of year the rest of the year. Just try to keep that rolling throughout the year, man. Doesn't matter what day, what season, whatever. So any last thoughts, man?
Boy, you just said so much right there, man. I agree with all of it. No. I mean, in a good way. Like it's hard to have anything to add on to that. I will second that notion. It's funny that you bring that up as the last point after mentioning the Christmas Carol, because that is the promise that Ebenezer Scrooge makes, is that he's going to keep Christmas in his heart all year round. Yeah, I mean, the spirit of the season is just to be good to each other. Like Bill and Ted said, be excellent to each other. And there's no reason that it just takes, the month of December for that to be acceptable. Like that also works January through November as well. I hope you guys have a great time with our show. We're not planning on going anywhere, so this is by no means a farewell. And we are actually always looking for ways to improve the show or make it more entertaining for you guys. So by all means, shoot us an email, nerfherdercouncil@gmail.com. Find us on our socials. Let us know what you like or don't, and we'll take that under consideration.
Totally agree, man. So, yeah, once again, guys, thank you very much. Appreciate you guys for hanging out for another episode of the Nerf Herder Council. If you are watching on our YouTube or that of the Virtual Cantina Network and have not done so yet, please make sure to click the like button, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time we go live. For example, a potential upcoming WTF Friday. If you would like to get some awesome Virtual Cantina Network swag, just go to tpublic.com/user/virtual-cantina. You can get some amazing customizable Nerf Herder Council swag in like 5 or 6 different designs, logo designs, right at our shop, which is shop.nerfherdercouncil.com. And we are brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/NHC for your 30-day trial and a free audiobook download. So with that being said, I am your host, JT. I don't really do the social thing, so I'm JT. I'm on, I look at funny videos on Instagram. He's AJ.
I can be found on Blue Sky at Drake Adams 579.
Awesome. And guys, outside of a WTF Friday coming up here, we'll catch you on January 14th. So have a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. Much love to all you guys in the chat, and we'll see you next time.
This bucket of bolts is never gonna get us past that blockade.
This bucket's got a few surprises left in her. Plus me and Chewie are on it. Ain't that right, Chewie?
Hell yeah, you my Nerf herder.
You my Nerf herder.